roommates, college, boys, all the things. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Erin, and today I have a video that I'm really excited about. I did the Truth About the Freshman 15 advice video a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a month now. And if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. It's super encouraging, and I feel like hopefully it will relieve a lot of stress off of you guys, so I totally recommend it. I'll link it below. But after that video, I got so many DMs and questions about different advice topics, so I decided I'm just gonna do like a little girl chat, and I'm just gonna answer some of the advice topics that I've seen in my comments, my DMs, and I asked you guys on my Instagram, which I'll put on the screen because I do ask you guys a ton of questions on my Instagram story. So that's where I got some of these questions. So I'm gonna get to answering them. So the first question I got, I really like it. It's like a scenario one, and that's kind of what I want to get to eventually, is like having people send in like anonymous scenarios, and then I can answer them because I think that's fun. So this is my end goal basically with these videos, but this is the first one I've gotten, so that's exciting. So she sent in a couple parts because this was like via my Instagram story. So she said, part 1, I'm a freshman and my roommate is very antisocial. I invite her to go out. So she said, I'm a freshman and my roomie is very antisocial. I invite her every time I go out. How do I get her to put herself out there? We're total opposites. So I know what you mean. Like, I think when you're a freshman, or if you're new to a university, or even if you don't know a lot of people, your roommate is like your comfort blanket. Like, you guys can go out and do things together and you'll have that buddy, even if you guys aren't super close. So I can't tell based off this DM, obviously, if they are super close. But my advice to you is just, you can't do these types of things and make friends for people. Like, you can go make your friends and then later introduce them, but if she's not going to also put herself out there to make friends with you, or her own friends, or go out with you, or go out on her own, you know what I mean? Like, it's not your responsibility to take on the burden of trying to push her to go do these things. If she doesn't feel like doing them, that's kind of on her, and it's really unfortunate, obviously, if you want to build a relationship with her or if you guys are already friends. But I think that I'm kind of like this way. I love helping people, and sometimes I put the stress of wanting, like, you think you know what would be best for somebody and you want to like help them get there and they're not doing it. Like, it's really frustrating. But I would say just continue on, you know, focusing on building relationships with other people on your own and going out and living your life, and hopefully maybe eventually she'll see that you're having so much fun and she'll want to come. And I guess keep inviting her. I wouldn't stop, but don't get so caught up on the fact that she's not, or don't get so frustrated with her that she's not, because maybe that's just not her scene. You never really know. And then of course maybe try to invite her to go do things other than like just going out. Like, maybe invite her to go to dinner with you and your friends, or go hang out at someone's house, you know, just chill, and maybe that's more her scene. But yeah, and then maybe, you know, just bring your friends over to your dorm and be like, hey, these are my new friends. I think y'all would get along really well. You might just have to go about it different ways. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that one. The next question I got is, how do you make so many friends in college, especially for people who are shy? I think the biggest thing to remember is, coming into college, no one knows anybody. You might know like a handful of people, but most of the time people don't come in with a big friend group. And if they do, they're typically still trying to find they're still typically trying to find new friends. So everybody's on this leveled playing field. Like, there aren't the popular girls, there aren't like the people that have a million friends and know everybody on the campus. Everybody's on the same level. And everybody is so eager and wants to make friends just as badly as you do. There might just be people that put themselves out there a little more. So I think, you know, when you're in high school and you're trying to make friends, people already have their groups, and sometimes you feel like you're infiltrating, and sometimes it's like intimidating to like try to become friends with people in these big groups. There aren't those big groups when you come to college. So I think it sucks, but you're just gonna have to, you know, really try to get out of your comfort zone. You're gonna have to try to get out of your comfort zone and try to push yourself a little further, because it's not as intimidating as it was in high school, and you're gonna have to like remind yourself that, because you probably have been conditioned to the scary social structure from high school. I know, I get it. But everybody's on the same level. And also, maybe if you are a little more introverted, maybe you have a roommate, or maybe you know one person, or you meet one person while you're there, really try to connect with that person if you obviously like them. And if they're a little bit more extroverted, they can kind of help you, like a comfort blanket, like I said earlier, bring you along to different friends, and then slowly but surely you'll learn and meet new friends. And maybe that friend group you first make isn't going to be the friend group that you end up with, but you know, you're going to meet a lot of people. The other thing too is if you're struggling to make friends, maybe find a group or an organization to get involved with that has a similar interest to you. It doesn't have to be a sorority. That's a good option though, of course. But I don't know, I'm a journalism major, and I know there's a bunch of journalism clubs on my campus that I could go get involved with, and I would meet so many people that are also journalism majors and love writing. I also love, so that would be fun for me. And so just think about things like that. Maybe you love art, go find an art club on your campus, and then you automatically kind of get an outlet of people to meet and to hang out with, and you already have something to talk about. But yeah, making friends is way easier in college, I promise. Next question I got is dating in college. So my first tip, I think that I've realized this as I've like grown in college, is do not come into college like searching for a boyfriend. Don't, because the boys are not searching for a girlfriend when they're coming to college, I promise. So I think freshman year you focus on guy friends and girlfriends, separate, not boyfriend, girlfriends, guy friends and girlfriends. And you just build really awesome friendships, and then you just chill, and eventually the relationship will come to you. Now that I'm in a relationship in college, I'm so thankful. It's such a great relationship, and I love him. And honestly, it's really fun because I think we're both like ready for a relationship, like to the degree. Woo! We're both obviously ready for the relationship we're in, and we get to kind of like do things together. We have very mutual friends, so it's fun getting to experience. I got to experience college single and meet all these amazing girlfriends and guy friends, and now I kind of get the other side of it, that I'm in the relationship, but I got that first experience, and so did he, and I think that that's like really important. So now we get to like experience those things together. Like we have mutual friends, we get to experience like going out together, and just like learning how to be like living on your own together, and I don't know, it's really fun. So I think don't focus on it, like don't make that your number one priority, don't really search for it, but it's definitely not a bad thing. I just think that you should get that time in college to be single as well. How do you manage stress and anxiety with school? Your girl is struggling. So I get you. I honestly didn't deal with a lot of stress or anxiety in schoolwork freshman year because my schoolwork was very, very laxed. I didn't have a whole lot of work. First semester, sophomore year, so this past semester was like the first time I really, really dealt with like anxiety and stress and having to like still like be productive and get things done, and it was very exhausting. So I get you. I think I have this tendency, I think this is a skill that cheer taught me, is like you have to keep pushing no matter what, like no matter what pain you're in, whatever. And it's a good and a bad skill, I think, because sometimes you push yourself too far. So when I was dealing with this, I literally would just like tell myself like, you have to suck it up and you just have to like get your stuff done and like do well. And I would do good, but I think that that also adds a lot more stress. So I think what I started having to do was like take time to just unplug. Like even though I knew that like, yeah, I have an assignment coming up, I'm gonna get it done. I think that's another thing. I rush so much. Like even if I have 3 hours, I feel like I have 10 minutes, and it's so stressful. And I had to start just taking a deep breath and being like, you always get your work done. This is 3 hours. Like you will get it done. You will be fine. Let's just take a break and chill. Take a bath, make a cup of coffee. Actually, sometimes coffee makes my anxiety worse. Don't do that. Drink some water, lay in bed, watch TikTok for a little bit, you know, chill. I just had to teach myself to chill. So I think that's kind of how I manage it. But another thing is time management. I think if you can figure out how to manage your time really well, that will relieve so much stress off of you, because you'll know like, okay, on this day I have this due, and then 2 days before this or a day before this or whatever, I have it cut out to get that done. And like it's just a lot less stressful because you know you have a designated time to get it done, and then you can go hang out with your friends, and you're not just like, your mind isn't just all over the place. So I think getting a planner and time management and really just writing everything out and having it all figured out is very, very, very helpful. I hope that helped. I don't know, I'm not an expert in that department. it's just, I mean, anxiety and stress is kind of inevitable in college and in work and in life, and it sucks so much because it does feel so crippling, and like you can't get anything done, you don't want to get anything done, but yeah, it's just, I think if you can kind of figure out how to manage your time really well and give yourself breaks and give yourself social time and give yourself time to work, you'll feel a lot better. Okay, the last question I'm going to answer is, how long is talking to somebody without dating? So I think this is a very situational thing. I think when you're talking to somebody, there's a difference between you're talking to somebody and you're very positive, like, we're gonna date, because it's like you're very exclusive, you hang out a lot, you have good communication, you kind of are on the same page. It's not that, does he like me? Do I like him? Like, are we gonna be together? Whatever. That's when it's a little different. If y'all are very, very certain you're dating, like you're on the same page, you've talked about it, you guys hang out a lot, like it's not like a game, I think that talking phase isn't gonna be super long. And if it is seeming super long, then I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think it could be like a question, like you should probably bring it up, like what's going on, like we talk about dating all the time, we hang out all the time, like what is this, and figure that out. Then when it's like the games, like the back and forth, and like you don't know if you like each other, whatever, or if he likes you and you're always questioning things, obviously the talking stage is going to last a lot longer, and you're probably not going to end up together. I hate to say it, but that's kind of the truth. So I think don't question how long it's been, question like, what is this relationship? Like, is it healthy? Is it a game? Is it like gonna go somewhere? Like, actually, do you think it's gonna go somewhere? Do you actually talk about, like, y'all talk about it going together, going to like somewhere? Like, are you always questioning like if he's into you or not? Like those kind of things, because that is not a good sign. So don't freak out about how long it's been. Freak out more about like, how is the relationship actually going, because that is a little bit more telling, and you can kind of figure it out from there, in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this advice video. I had so much fun filming it for you guys. And again, Instagram's on the screen. If you ever have specific advice questions or just like broad topics, either one's awesome, then DM them to me or comment them below, and I will get back to you guys on those in future videos. I got a lot of really awesome broad topics that I'm going to make like full videos on pretty soon. I just have to like plan them out. So expect a lot more of those from me, but I will see you guys shortly in my next video. Bye!